Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. On this occasion, we are from Group 2. Here, we will explain relate remediation, text given with the topic of discussion. The title is Phytoremediation of Soil Polluted by Heavy Metal Using Jatropha Plants. Before further discussion, allow us to introduce the members of the group including number 1, Muhammad Wijidan Barik, Evans Tito, Elvino Rudi Hendrawan, Ahmad Sajid Alfarasi, Muhammad Rehan Hafiz, Muhammad Raka Aryawardana, and then Trisanjaya. Before further discussion, we honor our lecturer, Mrs. Dewi Wulandari. And then next point, let's to the first discussion. The point is introduction. The contamination of soil presents serious environmental and public health issues globally, and exposure to chemical threats such as heavy metals may occur via consumption of crops raised on the polluted lands or ingesting contaminated water source. Soil contamination is caused by chemical release from human activities or other negative change in the normal soil environment. It is typically caused by industrial activity, agricultural chemicals, or improper disposal of waste. Remediation of soil contaminated with hazardous substance by utilizing the innate abilities of plants is called phytoremediation. Several plant species have been reported to have the ability to absorb and store pollutants in their body mass, one of which belongs to the genus Jatropha.
Next, purpose of phytoremediation. The purpose of remediation using phytoremediation is 1. To determine the ability of the Jatropha crocus plant to remediate contaminated soil. 2. To determine the effect of variation in contact time with soil pollution on the ability of Jatropha plants.
And the next point, approach methods for remediation. Point that must be considered. Number 1, selection of suitable Jatropha species. Choose Jatropha species that have demonstrated high tolerance to heavy metal and efficient metal accumulation capabilities. Number 2, site assessment and preparation. Conduct a thorough assessment of the contaminated site to determine the extent and type of heavy metal pollution. Prepare the site by removing any debris or obstacle that might hinder plant growth. Number 3, planting and establishment. Plant Jatropha sapling in the contaminated soil, ensuring proper spacing and depth for optimal growth. Provide necessary nutrient and water to support plant establishment in the polluted environment. Next. Number 4, monitoring and maintenance. Regularly monitoring the health and growth of Jatropha plant, as well as the level of the heavy metal uptake. Implement maintenance practice such as weeding, watering, and pest control to ensure plant vitality. Number 5, harvesting and disposal. Once the Jatropha plant have absorbed significant amount of heavy metals, harvest them carefully, properly dispose of the harvested plant containing accumulated heavy metal according to environmental regulation. And the last, number 6, post-remediation soil testing. After phytoremediation, conduct soil testing to assess the effectiveness of metal removal by Jatropha plants. Monitor soil quality over time to ensure long-term remediation success.
Next is the method for remediation. Jatropha cuirass or Jatropha cuirass is a plant that lives in a lowlands to an altitude of around 500 meters above sea level. Jatopra plants can grow in rainfall of 300 to 2,318 millimeter per year, with optimum rainfall of 600 to 25 millimeter per year. Jatopra plants can grow on various types of soil, including rocky soil, sandy soil, clay soil, and even less fertile soil. Loose soil is very popular with Jatopra plants, so they don't grow well if planted in dense soil. Suitable soil of potential of hydrogen condition of Jatopra plants are 5 to 6.5. This the table of the soil, day, height, stem diameter, and branch to the different of the Jatopra plants. The metal content of soil takes from the heap area with the highest liquid metal concentration from the Santo Antonio mine in Penedono, Portugal, is illustrated in table above. Since the mine is the decide to extraction of gold from arsenopyrite, Fa, and as semi-material are the main metal found in the soil. Due to the very high metal concentration of mine soil, a soil mixture CS contain to 20% by weight of mine soil and 18% by weight. It was chosen to study the uptake of metal by, and the result we compare with the material uptake of plant growing on pit and CS. The table below also show the content of the 10 metal measured by ICP OEC in NCS and CS. The next is the result of this phytoremediation using Jatopra plants. First, the ability of the Jatophagus plant as a phytoremediation plant is very good from removing heavy metal. Second, Jatophagus plant growth show that there is no significant difference in the growth of height, stem diameter, and branch diameter of Jatophagus plant in either pure pit soil (NCS) or a mixture of mine soil and pit CS during in phytoremediation period. This show that Jatophagus and grow consistently in the two soil conditions without showing standard growth despite heavy metal contamination.
Next, advance the disadvantage of the remediation technique use. 1. Advance. There are 3 examples. Example 1, this Jatropata plant can grow in various types of soil, including contaminated soil. 2. Jatropata plant can grow in areas with low rainfall. Example 3, this plant can help in the phytoremediation process by absorbing some pollutant from the soil. 2. Disadvantage. There are 3 examples. Example 1, a time-consuming process in recruit to achieve significant level of the remediation, especially if the level of soil contaminant is very high. Example 2, Jatropata plant are generally effective for contaminant of the topsoil layer. For deeper contaminant, additional or alternative methods are the record. Example 3, Jatropata sap and seeds contain toxic compounds such as resin, which can contaminate the soil and are potentially dangerous for soil microorganisms. Next, detailed cost planning. 1. Land preparation. Total land preparation is 7 million. 2. Purchase of the seeds. Total purchase of the seeds is 10 million. Next.
Number 3 is planting. There is for variable for planting. There is labor wages, total manpower, planting time, total labor wages. About amount, there is labor wages is 150,000 rupiah, and total manpower is 10 for a day, and planting time is 2 for a day, and total labor wages is 3 million rupiah. And number 4 is nutrition of maintenance. There is a 6 variable. For watering water, there is 1 million and 500 rupiah, and maintenance is 2 million. Labor wages is 150,000 rupiah, and total manpower is 2. Maintenance frequency is 10, and additional fertilizer and nutrients is 5 million rupiah. Next. And number 5 is monitoring and testing. There is 2 variable. Plant drop monitoring with cost 2 million rupiah, 2 million rupiah, and soil testing and plant remediation is 5 million rupiah. And number 6 is harvesting and disposal. And labor for harvesting is 3 million rupiah, and cost of disposal of contaminated plants is 2,500,000 rupiah. Okay, next.
And then detail cost planning, estimated total unexpected cost 10%, estimated total 41 million thousand, and unexpected cost 10%, 45,100,000. Next. And then next, this is bibliography.
Thanks for everyone. Maybe that's all our group can say regarding the remediation explanation that we have discussed before. Please apologize if there are errors and shortcomings in what we have said before. Akhirul kalam, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.